All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Trials population dwindling significantly throughout this season. We're also going to talk about the top 10 weapons in Trials and go over the meta report, a series I've been doing for a very long period of time. Now, to give you a little bit of a history lesson, Bungie brought Trials of Osiris back to Destiny 2, and they were really excited about it, and it was a huge success right at the rip. You can see here the player base was absolutely massive. We hit over 750,000, so it was a huge success, and of course, this brought on a whole slew of other issues with cheaters and everything else. But we have worked through a good majority of that. There are still cheaters out there, and I've been covering a few videos about that. For whatever reason, whatever crazy reason, there's still companies out there cheating and selling cheats, but it's not nearly as prominent as it was back in the day. I mean, seemed like every other game you're matching cheaters back in the old days, but the population was massive. And you can see there they're very proud of it. And so now what we're going to talk about is the dwindling population of trials throughout this season, and there may be a whole slew of other reasons. Let me know down in the comment section below why you aren't playing trials if you aren't playing trials, or if you are playing trials, let me know why you are excited to play trials currently. Because at the start of this season, we had 362,000 players play Burnout, and now, just a few weeks in, well, I guess we're on week 7 now. We have obviously had an Iron Banner week out, a week off. We're at 187,000 players played this weekend. Of course, there's still a little bit of time left. There's still one full day left. It'll probably finish a little over 200K perhaps players cumulatively for trials this weekend, but that's significantly lower than what we would project or what we would expect. And you have to keep in mind that this season we only have 2 weeks of Iron Banner, and this next week there is Iron Banner, so there will be no trials. So there'll be no population for trials. But after that, there will then be 5 more continuing weeks of trials. And at the current projection, it doesn't look very good for trials. It looks like a slippery slope downhill. And let me know your thoughts about that. I'd be very curious to know why the community is significantly not playing trials anymore. Is it because of the in-air accuracy penalties? Is it because of the unflinching changes? Is it because of the rise of cheaters on both PC and on console? Is it because the loot just isn't that good? Has it gotten kind of old and repetitive at this point? Why are so few people playing Trials comparatively to the start? And what do you think Bungie can do to improve that? Now, let's go ahead and jump into the top 10 weapons in Trials from this week. Before I do so, though, comment down below what you think is the #1 most used weapon from this weekend in Trials on Javelin 4. The answer shouldn't surprise you too much if you have been keeping up to date on the Trials meta report, because the top 10 weapons are as follows. We have the Austringer with over 1 million kills currently, and we still have a day left. Then we have the Beloved with 600,000. We have the No Time to Explain, which I'm a little surprised. On a map of mid-size like Javelin 4, I'm surprised so many people are really vibing with the No Time to Explain. I know it's a really good pulse. Obviously, I was using it when the map was Distant Shore, when it was a huge map, but now on a more small to mid-range map, I'm surprised No Time is getting so much use. Then we have the Lord of Wolves, my signature exotic here, the #4 exotic. That's crazy to see how Lord of Wolves gets a harsh nerf and yet still remains in the top 4 in terms of usage. The reason being, of course, that shotguns are just so inconsistent right now. Pellet shotguns are so inconsistent that if you want a shotgun that actually kills people when they get close to you, you use Lord of Wolves. It just works so much better than the rest of the shotguns. So Lord of Wolves has become like the default shotgun to use if you actually want to kill people when they get really close to you. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. Then we have the main ingredient, which of course Xur's main ingredient became so popular, people still using that. We have the Peace of Mind 540 RPM pulse rifle that you can craft. No surprises there. I think that actually works really well for this map size. The Last Word, which will be getting a nerf soon, has not been nerfed yet, but will be getting nerfed soon. Still up there in the #7 spot. The #8 spot goes to the Lawrence Driver. This thing is an actual plague, but that will get a nerf soon, and appropriately so, in my opinion. The Crimson, the #9 spot, and the Ace of Spades, which is slept on, but it still makes it into the #10 spot. I think the Ace of Spades is the best hand cannon in the game, but for whatever reason, people haven't figured it out yet, and it still sits in the #10 spot when I think it should actually be in at least the top. Now, moving on to the larger chart here, we can see all of the top 10 kinetic, all of the top 10 energy, and all of the top 10 power. We can kind of ignore the power ammo stuff because there's just one round of power, and of course, everyone's just going to pick up G-Horn if they can. But in terms of top 10 kinetics, we've got the Austringer, No Time to Explain, Peace of Mind, Last Word, Crimson, Ace, and then below that, we have Hawk Moon makes it in there. We have the Chaperone, people still rocking that thing, the Messenger, and the IS Luna. Nothing too surprising or too crazy there. We've seen all these weapons make an appearance in the top 10. Now, moving on to the energy weapons, we have the Beloved is the #1 used energy weapon, 20% kills there. The Lord of Wolves, the main ingredient, which we've seen before, the Lawrence Driver, which we talked about. #5 comes in as the Palindrome, no surprise there. The Jotun, or Yotun as it should be pronounced, is the #6 one. Then we have the Without Remorse shotgun, brings all the way up to the #7, so there we finally see some pellet shotgun action in there. The #8 goes to the Plug 1 Adept, which would be technically the third most used fusion rifle because you got the main ingredient and then the Jotun, if you even want to count that as a fusion rifle. And then we have the Le Monarch bow, this thing I hate so much. And then the number 10 goes to the 600 RPM Shayur's Wrath Adept, which is very good, very spicy for 600 RPM. But myself personally, I like the 900 RPMs. Let me know which of these weapons you've been using as you've been playing Trials throughout the weeks. This is the meta report, and those are the strongest weapons if you want to go flawless consistently inside Trials of Osiris. You'll be using those weapons, or you'll be going up against those weapons every week, so you can strategize on how to counter those if you don't want to use those weapons. That's a wrap on this video, though. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.